Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In the last video I showed you how to connect the ESP32 to the AWS Cloud Services and send sensor data to their MQTT broker. Today I'll show you how to send the BMP280 sensor data, meaning temperature, pressure and humidity, to the AWS Cloud Services and store them in the Timestream Database. So let's get started. Just before getting into this video, I'd like you guys to join my free school community, which is based on embedded systems and electronics. By doing this, you'll have access to many articles related to electronics and free one-on-one calls with me in order to help you with your projects. In order to connect the ESP module to AWS services, you'll need some certificates and a private key. You can get them by creating a thing, which is just a software instance of our hardware. So go to AWS website, press the first link, press sign into console, go to IoT core, then connect device, then make sure you copy this endpoint which represents the address of the AWS server, click next, then choose a thing name. For me I'll choose AWS ESP, then choose next, then Windows as the operating system if you're using Windows, and for the SDK choose Python, then next, and make sure you download the connection kit which contains all the certificates, then click next, then continue, and then view thing. So we have successfully created the thing. Now go back to your project, go to in the folder section, and then create a folder in the root directory called TMP. Inside it you will extract the certificates. I'll extract the certificates in my TMP folder. Select folder, extract. Close everything. Now you need to change the name of some files. So go to the private key should be called client.key. So click here and select client. For the cert.pem, rename it to client.crt. And you need to change the ESP policy to this one on both the project and the AWS side. So go back to AWS, security, policies, go to AWS ESP policy and make sure it is changed to this. Now go back to your project, to main, and you need to change the thing name here. AWS ESP, and for the username it doesn't matter, but I'll choose user. For the endpoint, remember what I have told you, so paste the endpoint. And there's one more thing, you need to download the Amazon certificate. So open the terminal, go to the temp directory, input this command which will add the Amazon certificate from the GitHub repo, press enter, and it's been added. And leave the project as it is. You will find it in my GitHub repo. I'll leave a link in the description after this video. Now that we included the certificates, flash the ESP module, go to AWS, IoT core, MQTT test client, and you should see the published sensor data. Also subscribe to the topic. Alright, we're receiving the sensor data. Now that everything is working perfectly fine, you have to create a database. So go back to services and search here Timestream. You should see the first option, Amazon Timestream, choose it. Go to databases in the left side, go to create database, leave everything as default, and let's choose a name for our database, for instance, ESP database. Press create database. Alright. Now in order to store the sensor data inside the database, we have to create a table. Go to ESP database, go to tables, and click create table. Choose a table name. I'm going to say ESP table. Choose default partitioning. Scroll down and press create table. The next step is to route the MQTT received data to the table. So in order to do this, we'll have to use a IoT rule, which represents an engine which connects the MQTT broker to the database. So go to IoT core. In the left side, go to message routing, rules, create a new rule. I'm going to say routing rule, click next. Now you need to write a proper query. We have to select everything from the MQTT topic. So I'll say select everything from sensor/reading. Obviously, if you want to filter out the data, you could use other commands such as where and so on, but I'll use the simplest demonstration. Click next, and you have to click an action. Because we want to route the data to the Timestream database, I'm going to choose Timestream table. Choose a database name, in our case is ESP database. Choose the table name, in our case is ESP table, and for the dimensions name I'll choose BMP280. Dimensions value, well, let's say sensor value. Now you have to choose an IAM role. If you don't have one, just press create new role, but in my case I have already created a role. Click next, scroll down and click create. So everything is created now. Therefore, the received MQTT data should be stored inside our database. So go to Timestream database, the left side, query editor, choose the database ESP database, and now I'll check whether the database stores the sensor data or not. So I'll say select everything from ESP database dot the table name and press run. Wait a second, and as you can see, we are receiving the pressure. You can see here, let's go to the last number, temperature is 27.55. Now let's see if we can filter out the data. For instance, what if I want to see only the rows which contain the humidity? So go back up again and say where measure name equal to humidity. And you should see only the humidity values. For instance, if I go to number 4, only humidity, 48, only humidity. So today you have learned how to store the sensor data inside Timestream database. Write down in comment section what would you like me to be doing in the next videos. I'll see you guys later.